Louisiana Beer Reviews, Evil Twin, The Art of Mixing a Beer, Passion Fruit Margarita. This is a solo review. My friend David and I did 2 duo reviews. Just keep doing this beer. No problem, because it's really good. I can tell you that from the previous experience. Nothing on the website about it, but that's kind of usual for Evil Twin. You look on their website, they'll list some of the beers they make, and many of the others you can't find any trace of it. It's a adhesive paper label on a clear aluminum cylinder can. There's a code that means nothing. It's just a bunch of letters, no numbers, except for number 1. Brewed for Evil Twin Brewing by Dorchester Brewing Company, Boston, Massachusetts, and distributed by 12%. Double India Pale Ale brewed with natural flavors. 8% alcohol in this pint can. No IBUs listed. There's maybe people making some guesses on what it is, but nothing official. There's some beers that people talk about on YouTube and other internet sites all day long. We can't get them, but Evil Twin, we tend to get those. Many of them, at least. I guess it's like a beer base that's supposed to mimic a margarita. I've tasted a margarita from people before, like, say, Mom, let me sip a little, but I don't have any real actual experience, any meaningful experience with margaritas. This is a very common thing in the macro, middle crow, and micro world of beer to have flavored beers and cocktail mimic beers canned, pre-mixed. And then flavored beers with natural flavors, very common also, and artificial flavors, craft and macro. Okay, it's hazy. There's a fairly thin bone-colored head, off-white, be thicker than a narrower brim glass, and there's a lot of sediment in here. I've got those lights, they're fairly bright, and I can see powdery sediment just suspended, not moving, with some stray bubbles. Big gray chunks and some tiny and powdery chunks. So, is it passion fruit puree? Probably, or is it yeast? I don't know. Let's go with the aroma. It smells very fruity. Sort of resinous from hop oils, I guess, and white bread. So typical DIPA, Double India Pale Ale characteristics. White bread, crust, white bread, hop resins, oily, kind of piney type thing. And then the fruit. Fairly standard, but nice. Enjoyable. And the aroma, let's go with the taste. There's the Cayman Jack canned margarita. That's from American Vintage Brewing. Well, brewed for them. Just like this is contract brewed for Evil Twin, that's contract brewed for American Vintage by different brewers across the United States. That one is much different than this, though. So I don't know, is that one more representative of a margarita, or is this one more representative of a margarita? This I do not know. The Cayman Jack, which I highly recommend, and it's a good value for a 12-pack, or even a single can or bottle, 6-pack of the squat bottles with the cayman on it, the alligator type animal. They are very sweet. It is very sweet, sugary sweet, but it's agave nectar and some kind of other sweet product, cane sugar, I think. It's very tart. This has a high medium body. It's nearly heavy bodied. It's also tart, which is a subset of sour. It's fruity, which makes sense. Passion fruity. The white bread crust, the pale malts. Not nearly as sweet as the Cayman Jack, but still pretty darn sweet in its own right. Bitterness is here, isn't profoundly bitter. If you're not used to India Pale Ales, you might find it extraordinarily bitter. I find it moderately bitter at the highest level. Nice lacing. Medium dry finish, or maybe mostly dry finish. The overall feeling of this beer is mellowness. It's mellow, mild, easygoing, decently refreshing, a little expensive, but we caught it on a sale. You know, instead of paying $4.99 a can, we saw where they were rolling it out or getting it out of the store for $2.99 a can to make room for some other new things which I have in the fridge. So a good thing about Matherns is if their stuff lingers any time, and this wasn't even on the shelf too long, into the discount area, because they have a very impressive turnover rate. So as soon as you kind of get used to seeing something on the shelf, get ready, because there's going to be a whole new set next time you go in. All these different, and we know how the pint cans of craft beer are all the crazy quilt colors. Bright, loud, crazy colors, funny animal can designs. Not unlike the detergent aisle at a grocery or just, a department store, with all the loud colors to try to grab your attention, all the different laundry detergents. So it's a similar type marketing idea. The art of mixing a beer. These people are artists. I like their artwork. I like adding their beers to the collection. Now, they have the passion fruit. I did the other one. Did a solo review, but I erased it for certain reasons. Didn't come out that great. If I see more art of mixing a beer series, I'll get them. Well, what I score this? Oh, it's a solid A all the way. I really don't see how somebody could take issue with it. Unless you say, well, I don't like fruit flavors. I'm not in love with fruit flavors myself, but still in all, it's a solid A. 95 out of 100. 95 out of 100. 9.5 out of 10. Evil Twin does a very interesting line of beers. Their portfolio is bigger than they can put on their site, I think. That's how much they put out. So Les Le Bon Ton Relais, a fabulous product. Like I say, we got it on discount for $2.99 a can. $12 a 4-pack, or I should say $11.96 a 4-pack. That's not bad. Although the regular price was about $20. $19.96 a 4-pack. Les Le Bon Ton Relais. We're gonna end. I'm gonna end this review by saying, y'all come on down to southeastern Louisiana.